coming up here on Monday Night Football, as we do have the game between Chesico Blue Tigers, as they'll host here over Padres Impact, and that game will be live here, coming up here on RBC. Hello everybody and welcome here to Monday Night Football, and I am Gary Walker, and we've got the major matchup to present to you here between these two sides that are sitting outside of the Champions League places, as it's Chesico Blue Tigers and also Padres Impact. And I am joined by my fellow pundit aside me, Jimmy Hansberg, to broadcast you this matchup here between these two top sides who want to play in the Champions League for next season, but are points a little bit away from fourth position where Weynoord are currently at. And do you have any hopes now that maybe any of these two teams might get something in terms of a chance, definitely, to go and get into that top four position? But do you think, Jimmy, this game is still important for both sides, though? Yeah, I believe so. I feel that is the right answer to say. It is a very important game this is for both sides. Both teams want to be playing in the, hopefully, maybe in the Champions League for next season. It all depends on the teams as well, like Weynoord and Addis do as well, how they play in their matches from now until the end of the season. There's only now at least 3 or 4 games left of the season to go now. 3 games left. And we know how important this really is in terms of the two sides to try and get the massive, let's say, the top tier of European competitions of the Champions League. Playing the Europa League is still good as well for these two teams, but I think they want to do one step better and qualify for the Champions League. And they've got, let's say, 3 games to do so. And it obviously depends on the teams that's also around that, above them in the league, to drop points, to try and give these two teams of Padres and Chesico Blue Tigers a chance and try and overtake them in the Premier League. And that's their exact aim is to do, of course, in this game here for this evening. Okay, thank you very much there, Jimmy. And let's get straight now to the coverage here on Monday Night Football, as we've got it right here, right now, the game between Padres Impact, and they take on here against Chesico Blue Tigers. Let's get to the game. Here we go, and we are live for the match on Monday Night Football. The first game here stored for us here between Chesico Blue Tigers and Padres Impact. Looking for something in this game in terms of a chance to really chase on 4th position to hopefully qualify for the UEFA Champions League between any of these two sides here in the game. But as of right now, Padres and Chesico come out into the tunnel for this matchup for this evening, and we'll see who comes up on top as the winner in this match, as Chesico Blue Tigers are the home team and the away team is Padres Impact. For Chesico Blue Tigers, in the top we have is Royce with Mane and Salah, with Minamino, Mateus Eriksson with Bellerin, Jack Terry, Vida, Nelson, and also we have goalkeeper as well will be Bert Leno. For Padres we have is Lacazette, Cantona, with Zinedine Zidane, Malcolm, Tillemans, Sardana, with Remy Lex, Toby Alderweireld, Kai Her and Conti, and also Hugo Lloris in goal. So, kickoff's on the way. Chesico Blue Tigers will kick things off the matchup. And let's see who comes down for a victory for this matchup. Here we go. And let's get straight to the game. Eriksson the ball. Finds a pass there now to, looks like lost it back here to Slidana now. It's now to Remy Lex. Now to Kai Her. Now to Alderweireld. Now to Hugo Lloris. All the way there now. Looks ahead of there from Chesico Blue. But here's now to Zinedine Zidane. Now Conti. Now to Malcolm. Pushing through here now for Padres. Could be a goal. Good defending. Very good defending there. Now here's to Royce. Lost it back here now to Conti. Now to Zinedine Zidane. Now to Malcolm. Now to Jonathan Lacazette to shoot, but good save right there for Bernd Leno. Massive save. Dramatic save, I've got to say. And that save right there was a real proper save there from Leno. And now it's going to be a corner now for Padres Impact in the game so far. So see what happens from here now, from this corner. So across into the box here, looks like for Padres Impact here. In the box. Header, bouncing slightly. Here's now a chance here for a defending cover here from Chesico here. Now here's to Zinedine Zidane. Now Kaya. And now here's to Minamino. Now Tillemans. Shoots! Save right there for Bernd Leno. Very good save. Now here's to Jack Terry. Now Eriksson. Now Hector Bellerin. Now all the way there to, again. Now cover there from Padres here. Remy Lex. Now to Toby Alderweireld. Now to Tillemans. And now it looks like he's passed it there. Now to Cantona now. Cantona to Zidane. Now to Mateus now. Now Minamino. And now all the way to Sadio Mane. Good defending there. Now all the way there to Lacazette. Header there to Cantona. Now to Zinedine Zidane. Now Vida now. Now all the way there to, looks like Mane lost it back here to the goalkeeper there to Lloris. Header there, bouncing slightly now to Kaya. And now Zinedine Zidane. And now all the way there to Malcolm. And now all the way there now to Cantona now to Zinedine Zidane. Now Lacazette, and that's going to be, looks like offside has been given. So free kick here for Chesico in the game so far. So let's see what happens from here now, from this free kick here for Bernd Leno. No goals scored so far this match. These two teams will race each other for their European spots this season. Now Lacazette. Now to Cantona now, to Malcolm. And now holds it. Now pass there now to Cantona. Now to Lacazette, good cover. Now back now to the goalkeeper. Now a header there. Now to Toby Alderweireld. And now here's Lloris. Nearly over here, and it is over. And the half-time score is the half-time score at Stamford Bridge, as it is 0-0 at half-time between these two sides. And we are back now for the second half, and here we go between Padres Impact and Chesico Blue Tigers. Now to Sadio Mane, now to Salah, now to Royce. Royce now to, the foul has been given, it looks like here. Referee, looks like he's actually warned right here now onto the defender. It looks like Conte warned him from that challenge he committed right there. So I think definitely right there, that is now a free kick here for Chesico Blue Tigers in the match. And now free kick. Matas will take it. Shoots! And what a goal! What a goal there! What a free kick! Right into that bottom corner as well. And Luther Mateus hit that free kick like a bloody rocket. What a goal! And 1-0 to Chesico Blue Tigers in this matchup, as Padres Impact are behind. And what an amazing free kick right there from Luther Mateus. What a goal. What a superb finish right there from him. And he puts that ball right into that bottom corner. And Lloris had to go all the way and reach for that ball. But unfortunately, it went past him. And now it's 1-0 to Chesico Blue Tigers in the matchup. And now here's to Royce. Now to Minamino. Now Malcolm. So foul's being given here now. So Minamino right there has got a free kick here for Chesico Blue Tigers in the matchup here so far. So Matas will take it. Free kick. Header. Now Lacazette. Now here's to Cantona now, the ball. Nice pass there, right there to, looks like to Malcolm, but clearance there from Chestergo. Now throw it here now to, looks like Zinedine Zidane. And now here's to Matt Nelson. Cross into the box here. Header, save. Could be a goal, it could have been, but right in the keeper's hands to Bert Leno. And now Bert Leno now boots the ball down all the way now to Matt Nelson. And now here's to Vida. Now to Lacazette. And now here's to Vida. Now to, looks like now from Zinedine Zidane. Now to Slidana now. Could be a chance for a goal potentially here. Here's to Jack Terry. All the way here again. Now to Mane. Now Royce. Now Salah. Shoots, but save right there for the goalkeeper. And good save right there from him. And now Mateus. Now Malcolm. Now to Bert Leno. Almost over nearly so in the game. Nearly over, by the way. Here's to Lacazette. Good cover there. Defending right there now from Chestergo. Here's to Minamino. And now all the way here now to Ericsson, or to Hector Bellerin. And it's nearly over, by the way. Nearly over the game, nearly so. Nearly game over. Here's Vida. Now to Mane, lost it. And Patrice have to score, they have to, because it might be a win here for Chestergo in the game. And now here's Mane in the box here. Save right there from Lloris. And the whistle will blow for full time, and it is all over, as Chestergo Blue Tigers have guaranteed a massive 3 points and a massive goal from Luke Mateus, as it ends 1-0 to Chestergo in the game. And the full time whistle officially blew here between Chestergo Blue Tigers and Padres Impact in the game. And a massive 3 points and a massive goal, obviously, for Luke Mateus to be the only goal scorer in the game to win Chestergo Blue Tigers the match, to put Chestergo very closer and really close the gap on the top 4 of the Premier League. And tell us your thoughts about this game. How Chestergo Blue Tigers have delivered a massive win here over Padres Impact here for tonight. A brilliant goal, superb from Luke Mateus to deliver a big 3 points. What was your thoughts about the result here for Chestergo here for tonight? I feel that Chestergo Blue Tigers should be very, very proud of themselves here for tonight to get the win over the line. That now puts the pressure now on Weynoord and Aldous to try and drop points in their games, because Chestergo Blue Tigers did not make it easy for themselves in the matchup. I thought Padres Impact tried to stop Chestergo Blue Tigers throughout the matchup to try and keep the game 0-0 and keep the game only as goalless during the whole matchup. But however, for Chestergo, from a goal from Luke Mateus was a massive chance, I've got to say, for him to deliver, let's say, that major goal to put Chestergo very, very now close now for themselves to try and be in the mix in the top 4. But as of the game, of course, throughout the whole matchup overall, I thought they did very, very well to get themselves the right direction of a victory here at home, to put themselves very comfortable, of course, to overtake Padres, and also to be the ones to be in 5th position to now race for the top 4 before the end of the season. And now we move on now to our next matchup of coverage here of the football, Monday Night Football, as we do have this game here coming up, as Weynoord FC, as they take on here against Goalfield Boys United. A big chance for Weynoord to keep themselves alive in the top 4 to try and qualify for the Champions League. And they do play Goalfield here for tonight to try and stay in that exact same position in 4th place by the end of match day 36. Let's get to the game. And we are here for this matchup for this evening between Weynoord FC and Goalfield Boys United in this matchup. Lot to play for. between these two teams. A lot to fight for as well. And we'll see how this game will come across here between Goalfield and also Weynoord FC in this big game here for this evening. Because Weynoord are really hunting to definitely qualify for the Champions League. As for Goalfield, their aim is to try and get a finish in the Conference League, hopefully, or the Europa League by the end of this season. But we do have Aguero up front with Robert Lewandowski, with Mkhitaryan, with Modric, Iniesta, Vieira, Golstino, with the Vuj, Van Dijk, Vidic and goalkeeper Manuel Neuer. But as for Goalfield, we do have is Werner up front with Hazard, with De Bruyne, with Roy Keane in the midfield, with Pogba and Sancho. In defence we have is Varane, Thiago Silva, Sebastian Shea and Kieran Tierney, and also goalkeeper Jan Oblak for Goalfield in the matchup. So here we go. Let's get straight in the game here as Weynoord will kick things off for this matchup here for this evening. And here we go for the matchup as we got it here stalled for us here right now. Now Robert Lewandowski. Now lost the ball now to Eden Hazard now to Vieira. Now Robert Lewandowski. Now to Roy Keane. Now to Varane. Now to Kieran Tierney. Now to a chance here for Roy Keane. Keane now to Tino Werner. And now Werner right now the attack here now for Goalfield. Hazard shoots and it's gone wide. And now it's going to be now out for a goal kick here in the game. What a good run I've got to say there from Goalfield to try and create some potential possibility for a goal. But he has gone wide right there for a goal kick for Manuel Neuer to take here for Weynoord in the game. So Weynoord FC will take themselves a goal kick in the first 10 minutes in the game. And he boots the ball away here now from Manuel Neuer. Now to Robert Lewandowski. Now to Thiago Silva. Now to De Bruyne. Now Sancho now to Sebastian Shea. Now to Silva. Now to De Bruyne. Now to Hazard. Now to Mkhitaryan. And now here's to Robert Lewandowski. Has a chance to shoot potentially. Good defending there from Goalfield. Very good defending from them. And now here's Patrick Vieira. Now to looks like here from Golstino. Now to Mkhitaryan. Now Varane. Now Pogba. Now Kieran Tierney. Now to Roy Keane. Now back to Tierney again here now. Now pass it here to Pogba. Pogba now to Keane. Keane now to Werner. And now Werner right there holds the ball here. And now to Kieran Tierney again. Lost it back here now to Wales in the matchup here now. Goalfield won the ball back again here. And now here's to Kieran Tierney. Now to Werner right now. Now Kieran Tierney now. Cover there, try to. Here's to Golstino. Now to Robert Lewandowski. Now Sergio Aguero. Now to chance here now for Modric here to shoot, but save right there for the goalkeeper. And now a throw here now for Weynoord in the matchup here. A throw has been given for Weynoord in the game. Throw here now for Golstino now. Throws the ball here now to, looks like now to Iniesta. And now it's going to be out for, looks like a goal kick in the game here. And Goalfield will take it. We've got 10 minutes left of the game to go. And it is still goalless. Now Sancho. Now to Thiago Silva. Now to Pogba. Now to Silva. Now to Varane. All the way here now. Looks like to a header. Or could have been. Now to Hazard. Now is Van Dijk. Lost it back. Now again. Dijk. De Bruyne. Shoots. Maybe a goal for Goalfield here. Oh my god. Massive chance there for Werner to score. But half time's been blown. And the score at half time is goalless between the two sides here at half time. And we are back here now for the second half. And here we go between Weynoord and Goalfield in the game. And now here's De Bruyne. Running the ball here, trying to do something here, trying to create something. Now here's to Aguero. Now to, looks like now to, again. To, looks like Iniesta now to Vieira. Now to Vuj. Now to Vieira. Now to Hazard. Now looks like now to Werner now. Should be a chance here for a goal potentially here. Here's a Vidic. Iniesta. Now to, looks like now to Aguero. Still goalless here so far. Now Aguero the ball again. And now looks like now it's going to be out there for a foreign right now being given in the game. For, looks like for Weynoord the matchup, I think. Something should be made here. Bernardo Silva will come on the field. And Mkhitaryan comes off, and Goalfield, well now we know it's Goalfield to the foreign instead in this match, so foreign for them. And now clearance away here now from Weynoord in the matchup here. And now Sebastian Shea will take the foreign here for Goalfield. Sebastian Shea throws the ball. Anyone now, throws it to Sancho. Into the box here, good defending there for Weynoord FC again. Bounced away slightly. Could be a chance for Hazard now to shoot. Good defending there for Weynoord FC again. And now he's again here, the ball. Now to, looks like now to Golstino. Now to Vidic. Now to Iniesta. Now to Vieira. Now to Silva. And now again here, now to De Bruyne. Now to, looks like Werner again here. Running through. Now Vidic clears the ball now away from danger now. And now all the way here now to, looks like to Vieira now. Passed it there to, could have been, lost it back now. Back to Weynoord again here now. Here's Bernardo Silva, lost it back now to Werner now for Goalfield. Here's to Hazard. We've got 10 minutes left of the game to go, by the way. 10 minutes to go. Sancho, cross into the box here. And a chance for Werner right there to try and score. But that was almost a massive chance right there for him. But that's going to be definitely now out right there for a goal kick for Weynoord in the matchup. Neuer will take the short one now to Van Dijk. Now to Vieira. Now to Robert Lewandowski. Now to Bernardo Silva. Now to Wijnaldum. Cross into the box here. Could be. Goal maybe for Bernardo Silva. And it is a goal for Bernardo Silva. And what a goal there from him. As is now 1-0 to Weynoord in the game. And Manuel Neuer right there is celebrating with the fans. But what a goal there for the super sub, Bernardo Silva, to get the goal in the 85th minute against Goalfield in the matchup. What was he doing right there, Varane? He just stood there with the ball, didn't know where to pass the ball to, and then looks like there a goal was taken. Very easy right there for Bernardo Silva to win the ball off of Varane, and he puts the ball past the goalkeeper in Oblak, and now it's 1-0 to Weynoord in the game. And now Sancho now to Shea. Shea now finds options here. Pass there now to Jadon Sancho now for Goalfield to get back in the game, hopefully to make it 1-1. But good defending there for Weynoord FC again here. Weynoord are winning 1-0 and it's 3 minutes left of stoppage time remaining. 3 minutes left of stoppage time. Aguero now holds it. Now to Silva again, the goal scorer of the game. Now to Balotelli. And now could be over any minute now. Silva for Vieira. Sancho. And it is all over here in the game. And the whistle blows for full time. As it ends here as Weynoord FC 1. Goalfield 0 at full time at Weyfield here tonight. A late goal and a late winner for Weynoord as Bernardo Silva, super Bernardo Silva, scored the goal for Weynoord to win them the matchup. As for your old team, for Jimmy Hansberg, you'd be very, very proud to see that Weynoord did that in the late minutes of the game. It could have been 0-0 in the matchup, it could have been, but Weynoord got themselves that chance and they found that opportunity right there to put the ball into the back of the net, all thanks to the super sub Bernardo Silva. Yeah, brilliant goal for Silva. He did very, very well, and I've got to say the team did very well at the end of the game to be solid and be compact as well. I think throughout the whole matchup we've been very compact and defensive and very disciplined as we are the home team. And our fans expect a lot from us to try and get a win over Goalfield here for tonight's game. So I don't feel that any hesitations whatsoever to somehow drop points here in the game over Goalfield, because we're still above Chesago in 4th position, and that's what matters this season, is to try and qualify in the top 4. And that win right there now moves us up to 2nd place in the Premier League. So I'm very happy and delighted to see that the team really came together tonight and got the result here over Goalfield, and done it late as well, especially from a goal from Bernardo Silva was brilliant. And I think the team were very, very ruthless as well, and to make sure that that 1-goal lead at the end of the matchup stays 1-0, rather than Tino Werner for Goalfield to try and create some danger over our goalkeeper Neuer to try and make it 1-1 in the matchup. So yeah, very proud of the team, and I am delighted to see that Weynoord have got themselves that winning goal to be now closer now, at least 1 more point away now to secure Champions League football qualification for next season, and that win is a massive one for Weynoord, definitely. Okay, thank you very much there, Jimmy, and let's get now straight to the coverage, and of course to the other game highlights across the games here on Monday Night Football from the other coverages of the Premier League. And let's get to those matches right now before wrapping up the show here for tonight on Monday Night Football. A real terrific, perfect strike right here from Luis Suarez to score past the goalkeeper of AFC Richmond within the first 15 minutes in the game. As what a perfect strike from him to score past the goalie, as now Adders Gunners are leading by 1-0 over AFC Richmond here for this afternoon. And AFC Richmond, unfortunately, have given away another stupid goal here in the matchup, as Angel Di Maria puts the ball right into the bottom corner, as unfortunately the goalkeeper could not beat Angel Di Maria's powerful strike in the bottom corner, as now it is 2-0 to Alders Gunners in the matchup at a Gunner Park Stadium here for this evening here tonight. And the full-time whistle officially blew here at this evening's game, as it ends Alders Gunners 2, AFC Richmond 0 at full-time here for tonight. A good start to the matchup here for South Coast Rangers, as Youssef Poulsen scored the first goal to put South Coast Rangers in the lead, as now it's 1-0 to the South Coast of the game, as Newport Dragons are behind in this matchup so far, as what has finished right there, perfect from Poulsen. And then Newport Dragons got themselves the goal here to make it 1-1 in the matchup. Johan Cruyff to Winnie and Roseman there. Now to Christian Pavon to put the ball right into the bottom corner, and now it's 1 apiece here between South Coast and Newport in the game. And the full-time whistle officially blew here at the end of the match, as it ends South Coast Rangers 1, Newport Dragons 1 at full-time. And a real perfect goal in the matchup here from Theo Walker, the crossball into the box here to Golmes to get the last touch and score past the goalkeeper Martin Sketlenberg to make it 1-0 to Sporting Sun Lake in the game so far. And what an unbelievable goal from him, and he is crawling like an animal as a celebration at the start of the game. A positive goal from Sporting Sun Lake in the matchup in terms of safety this season, but however it got bad to worse for Sporting Sun Lake, as Robin Van Persie scores for Red Bull Tomato to get them back in the matchup in the game so far on Monday Night Football, as Sporting Sun Lake are hoping to get a result here to put themselves away from the relegation zone, from the playoff position into the safety zone. But unfortunately they gave away a silly goal by a goal from Van Persie to make it 1-1 in the game. And now a throw in there to Iron Robin there to Axel Witsel, then all the way to Alexander Isak. And then Isak there to Dwight Young, and then to Van Persie to score to make it 2-0. And an unbelievable finish right there from RVP. And now Red Bull Tomato are 2-1 up to the good here in the game, as Sporting Sun Lake are behind. And what a finish, and what a perfect goal. And that goal right there is definitely the winning goal for Red Bull Tomato to clinch them the 3 points. But as for Sporting Sun Lake, it's got a lot worse for them, of course, because they are sitting in the relegation playoff position in 18th place, as the full-time score here ends as Sporting Sun Lake 1, RB Tomato 2. A nice perfect counter-attack here from #United in the matchup as I show speed. Real proper run from him to shoot, but saved, went back to speed again for a rebound and scored against the goalkeeper of Ospina, and speed makes it 1-0 despite #United are now relegated now to the second Liga for next season. They've got a little bit, let's say, a bit of pride before they do go down to the next division for next season and play for pride. And they've done that so far. And # take the lead here over Grasshoppers here for this evening. And then Grasshoppers United got themselves a late goal in the matchup as Felipe Anderson, nice pass there to Chirio Immobile. Then Immobile right there, pass the ball there to Pavel Nedved to cross the ball into the box for a 1-2, all the way back to Immobile to score in the late stages of the matchup to make sure that Grasshoppers secure a massive vital point for their chances for survival for next season. And that point is big and that point is massive for them to stay in the Premier League. They've still got 2 games left to play left of the season to try and survive mathematically away from the drop. They're still in big trouble though, but that point right there is crucial as it ends 1-1 at full time between the two sides. Throughout the whole matchup until the 80th minute of the game, Los Andreas and Hasenfeld were 0-0 goalless, nothing happening throughout the whole matchup. But however, things changed in the 87th minute of the matchup as Zlatan Ibrahimovic got a penalty, as it looks like here that Hasenfeld's defender Shevchenko, the captain, took out Zlatan Ibrahimovic in the box and he got himself a penalty over Hasenfeld Terriers in the 87th minute in the game, and then Zlatan takes the penalty here and scores it past Jens Lehmann to have that vital goal and that massive lifeline for Los Andreas to be mathematically safe from relegation after that massive goal right there from Zlatan Ibrahimovic. And all the fans of Los Andreas are going absolutely mental here in the crowd here at Westphalia Bank Stadium here for tonight. And Shevchenko did take him out though, in fact, and that's why Zlatan won a penalty and scored the penalty. And that's an unbelievable finish right there in the last minutes of the game to secure Los Andreas a massive 3 points and a massive victory to keep them mathematically safe from the drop, as it ends Los Andreas FC 1, Hasenfeld Terriers 0. A massive surprise here for Iceberg to score against Parantos, and what a finish right there from Mason Greenwood to put the ball right into the bottom corner as he struck that ball outside of the penalty box to put the ball past James Taylor, the goalkeeper for Parantos here. And Iceberg Forest are a team that also in the fight for survival to stay in the Premier League, scored a crucial goal from that man right there, Mason Greenwood. An unbelievable finish and an unbelievable goal from that player to put the ball right past of the goalkeeper of James Taylor. A massive surprise, I've got to say in the matchup so far for Parantos to be behind here against Iceberg, as Parantos are fighting for a chance to qualify for the Champions League for next season, but they are 1 goal behind here over Iceberg. But then Joe Bellingham, a nice quick free kick for him, then to Ray Donovan, lost the ball here from Parantos here, and then Dennis Parker trying to clear the ball away from danger, and then Joe Bellingham scored past James Taylor in the second half to make sure Iceberg Forest extend the lead here over Parantos, and that goal is a massive goal for chances for them to be safe from the drop. And that is a big famous goal there from Joe Bellingham. I never expected Iceberg to come to Parantos and score 2 goals like they have done so far, as that is a massive chance for them, of course, to be the ones to get the 3 points and be the ones, of course, to do it here tonight, as it ends Parentos 0, Iceberg Forest 2. The champions of the Premier League already, the Georgington Red Devils, scored the first goal in the matchup as Kylian Mbappe makes it 1-0 in the matchup. And what a goal right there from Mbappe to put the ball right past Andre Canas to make it 1-0 in the matchup. Unbelievable goal and an unbelievable finish, and Charford Saturday looked very shell-shocked. And then the Georgington Red Devils carried on the fight and carried on the play as Usain Bolt, nice run right there, the ball, shoots right in the top corner. What an unbelievable strike right there from Bolt. To strike that ball from that angle in the bottom corner was absolutely unbelievable. And I've got to say, unbelievable strike right there from outside the box on his laces. And the Red Devils are 2 goals up here in the matchup at Valley Road. And what a pass there from Rooney all the way there to Bolt, and he slot that ball right home as Andre Canas could not stop him from obviously saving that. And unfortunately it's 2-0 to the Georgington Red Devils in the matchup. But however, another goal scored in the matchup here for the Red Devils straight after when Charford Saturday conceded already, and then the Red Devils put past 3 goals to the goalkeeper of Andre Canas, and Usain Bolt was absolutely sharp and absolutely really on it he was in terms of his ability to score against the goalkeeper Andre Canas, and he has to make it 3-0. And then Kai Havertz has a chance to shoot, he couldn't, and then Mbappe shoots instead, and he does, as Charford Saturday's defenders try to clear the ball away from danger, but unfortunately they tried to clear the ball away from danger, but went to the feet right there of Mbappe to score on his laces again into the top corner, and now it's 4-0. And then Joshua Kimmich right there trying to put the ball there all the way to Usain Bolt, and then Kai Havertz right there got the touch into the box to Mbappe, and he does it right there to score a 5th goal, as what a cross there from Havertz into Mbappe all by himself. And the work right there, I've got to say, in terms of the Red Devils, have been absolutely unbelievable. The football and the ability as well was absolutely massive, it was. And I've got to say that Kai Havertz right there with a nice touch into the box there, into the head there of Mbappe, and he placed that ball into the back of the net. And then Dybala right there passes it there to Mbappe, all the way to Wayne Rooney, and then Rooney right there scores the 6th goal in the matchup to score 6 past Charford Saturday, and that is an absolute massive margin of result here for the champions of the Premier League, who won the league over Georgington City in their last matchup a few days ago, has scored 6 goals past Charford from a hat-trick right there from Kylian Mbappe, as it ends Charford Saturday 0, the Georgington Red Devils, the champions of the Premier League, 6. An amazing cross right there from Mahrez for Inter Taloga, all the way there to David Beckham's feet. A massive battle between the European places between Taloga and Georgington City, but however, Inter Taloga scored a very early goal in the matchup by Mateo Kovacic to score in the match. What a goal, I've got to say, from him, as Mahrez, nice ping there to David Beckham, and then Beckham found Mateo Kovacic, of course, in the penalty box to give him a chance to score, and he has done that, and Taloga are now 1-0 up to the good here in the game. And then Roberto Firmino, great pass there to Diego Maradona, all the way to Pedro to put the ball right into the bottom corner, and now it's 1 apiece here in the matchup at the Airlines Arena. And I've got to say, great football and a great ability in terms of their footballing fight, of course, was massive for City to get back in the game 1-1. A great cross right there from Taloga, and unfortunately Morris couldn't get there in time, And then Thomas Hersey, great pass there to Roberto Firmino, and he puts the ball past the keeper Onana to make it 2-1 to Georgetown City. And what a goal right there from him to do so for Roberto. And I've got to say, great obviously ball here from a header there from Ricardo Carvalho. Hersey right there. Great pass there to Roberto Firmino, and he puts the ball into the back of the net to make it 2-1. And then Diego Maradona pass to Pedro, and then Pedro scores the third goal within 23 minutes in the game. And goals are happening between these two sides, but Georgetown City, however, have got the brakes on now, the gears, to score 3 past Taloga, and now it is 3-1 to Georgetown City. And then Inter Taloga got themselves back in the game slightly as David Beckham passed there to Antoine Griezmann, and he puts the ball right into that bottom corner of the goal. And now it's 3-2 in the matchup, and we've got 5 goals scored between these two sides here at the Airlines Arena. And I've got to say right there, great pass there from Frankie de Jong all the way there to Beckham, and then all the way to Griezmann. And that goal right there in the bottom corner was brilliant, I've got to say there, for Inter Taloga. For the full-time score at the end of the matchup here at the Airlines Arena is Georgetown City 3, Inter Taloga 2. The official results of match day 35 of the Premier League: Georgetown City 3, Inter Taloga 2. Chelford Saturday 0, the Georgetown Red Devils 6, Parantos 0, Iceberg Forest 2, Los Andreas 1, Hassenfield Terriers 0, Hassenfield Terriers 1, Grasshoppers United 1, Sporting Sand Lake 1, Red Bull Tomato 2, Alders Gunners 2, AFC Richmond 0, South Coast Rangers 1, Newport Dragons 1, Weynoord 1, Goalfield 0, Chesco Blue Tigers 1, Padres Impact 0. And that'll also mean that now at the top of the table of the Premier League we have is the Georgetown Red Devils with 85 points. In second we have is Weynoord with 72 points. In third we have is Parantos, and fourth we have is Alders. As the Red Devils obviously very comfortable now as the league champions of this great division. And there is a lots of pressure that's been given, it looks like, here for Sporting Sand Lake, Chelford Saturday, Grasshoppers and Iceberg, and also AFC Richmond and Newport Dragons, as they're really fighting each other for a chance for safety to play in the Premier League for next season. Chelford Saturday on a very awful position at the moment, as they're currently sitting in 19th place, while Sporting Sand Lake are currently in the relegation playoffs with 30 points, and also Grasshoppers, their rivals, sit outside of the drop with 32 points. And also speaking about this Sand Lake derby for next week, as a battle for relegation and the battle of survival is definitely on for next week on Saturday kickoff between Sporting Sand Lake and Grasshoppers United. These two great rivals play each other, and a must-win game definitely for those two teams for next week. And also we have the already champions of the Premier League, the Georgetown Red Devils, as they play against Parantos. And that's all we have time for here right now on Monday Night Football on RBC Sports, as a massive victory has been given for Chesco Blue Tigers to really give themselves a massive win and a massive victory for a chance for themselves to be the ones to try and fight definitely now in the last 2 games remaining left of the season for a chance to get into the top 4 of the Premier League. And that's all we have time for here right now from Gary Walker and Jimmy Hansberg, my fellow pundit, as well, as we'll see you for next Saturday for Saturday kickoff. Have a very good night, everyone.